Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. It's August, and that means a Star Citizen update of what you can expect and look forward to over the next month. August should be a lot more active than July, as each year we sort of have a bit of a content drought coming from CIG and Star Citizen around the July period, but normally we have like a patch at the end of June as well, and that didn't happen this year, so it was extra slow. August will be much more active though, because we are now on the road to CitizenCon. But first, we have the giveaway winner for July for a Drake Vulture. That is Dan1273. If you want details on the giveaways, or you are that person, then you can check in the description of my videos for more details of how to claim and all that sort of jazz. For August, we have a new giveaway, and this time it's for a Crusader Mercury Star Runner with lifetime insurance. This ship is a fantastic multi-role mission runner with room for cargo, a vehicle, some powerful weaponry, and a small crew. It's intertwined with vents and hidden areas, and eventually the ship will be a data runner too when those mechanics come online. To be in for a chance of winning that, just comment on any of my videos made during August. There's links to more information down below, and you can find all the previous winners and all that sort of jazz there too. Star Citizen Alpha 3.20 is the focus for August, with Cloud Imperium saying the team is still focused on getting the remainder of Alpha 3.20 out the door and to the hands of the EVOCATI testers. While some elements of 3.20 have been in testing, we intended to expand the content last week. However, we ran into a number of issues that prevented us from doing so. The team is making good progress on clearing out blockers, and we're targeting an EVOCATI rollout this week. That includes additional 3.20 content. Cloud Imperium have also previously stated that we will have Alpha 3.20 in Wave 1 PTU in the near future, which will allow us to talk about it a lot more, and I will actually be able to show some bits of it off. Could this mean we have a Wave 1 later in August? We don't know. Near future is not descriptive enough. You can expect that Cloud Imperium will be telling us what's in the patch in a lot more detail over the coming weeks, and we should start to see patch watches where Cloud Imperium reveals some other additional bits to the patch that aren't represented on the roadmap, or maybe they're minor features that still have made a big difference. Lots of other little bits, so we'll start to learn exactly the extent of the patch soon. The patch contains massive updates to Arena Commander, adding loads of new maps, including ones allowing for dogfighting in atmosphere, new race courses, updated modes for Arena Commander, experimental modes as well, allowing for master modes to be tested and shown off. This is the updated flight and combat model. There's also Tank Royale battles and Infinite Wave Vandal Swarm, and a wad of other game modes too. There are new points of interest, including Seraphim Station that replaces Port Olisar, various new missions, new salvage contract missions where you'll be cleaning paint jobs and identifying markings off vehicles before the cops arrive. The Hull C and cargo updates, they're coming, in addition to 32 SCU shipping containers, big shipping containers. There's a vehicle physics update. We know there is a planned 3.20.x patch already as well that will have the Crusader Spirit A1. Yes, the bomber version. And we also have the retrieval consignment missions and the new Crusader platforms that have been moved into this 3.20.x patch. I'm expecting more features to be revealed about 3.20 in the coming weeks as well. Cloud Imperium have now said that we are on the road to CitizenCon, and there's something a little bit frustrating about this, because it means that Cloud Imperium try to hide some bits or hold back some development pieces for CitizenCon because they want to have surprises there. They want to show off a load of cool stuff. They want to talk about some topics in depth and show off some gameplay demo stuff. And that typically means that a lot of these topics and lots of this cool stuff that they could show on Inside Star Citizen don't get shown on Inside Star Citizen. We basically suffer for the next couple of months because they don't want to show a lot of this CitizenCon stuff or stuff that is potentially really hype and really cool. However, Cloud Imperium did say that they're going to be showing off other aspects of development and things that might not otherwise get a chance to shine. There is still other things that they can show in Inside Star Citizen and lots of other stuff that is moderately exciting at the very least. Over the next few weeks, you can expect Inside Star Citizen episodes to be on Rastar, some of its uses and big updates to underground bunkers and facilities there. Lots of stuff coming with Alpha 3.20 and updating points of interest. There's going to be some form of exploration of racing. The Fury LX So that's the new version of the Fury, and Cloud Imperium have said that that might be on sale and flyable in August. Basically, Cloud Imperium said coming in summer 2023, so I'm assuming at some point in August. There's Claudius updates as well, which I believe is sort of part of the audio engine and giving environments more immersion. And there's also going to be an episode on VFX and things that the VFX team is working on, including fire. Could we see an alpha 3.19.2 in August? I think last August we saw 3.17.2, so it's possible, but probably not. It looks like that's all hands on deck for pushing 3.20. Cloud Imperium are highlighting some currently playable missions in Mission Spotlight, and Zin and I will be playing through the Arlington Gang missions, so that's what's currently being spotlighted, a sort of chain of 7 missions and big Idris battle at the end of that. They sort of progressively get harder. I think a lot of people don't realise that there are chains of missions and reputation systems behind them in Star Citizen now, even if they are relatively basic or quite few in number. There's still some pretty cool ones, and I'm glad that Cloud Imperium are highlighting them. I'm not sure how often they're going to be highlighting them, maybe once a month? Question mark. We are getting the monthly reports on Wednesday, which is super early this month. It has a wealth of information on development on Squadron 42 and Star Citizen's Persistent Universe, and highlights and features that the teams are working on, what they're working on now, but also what they've been working on over the last few weeks. Expect to see a lot on Alpha 3.20 and Pyro, as well as whatever the Q4 patch is going to be called. I expect 3.21 personally. I'm expecting to hear more on Bounty Hunting version 2 and ship scale tractor beams, cargo updates, that sort of stuff for the end of year patch. That's not a confirmation, but that's my expectation. Cloud Imperium have promised us an Alpha 3.18 and 3.19 post-mortem, which I'm expecting to turn up later this month. This should detail a lot of what went wrong with those builds, lessons learned, where we are with persistent entity streaming, improvements that Cloud Imperium are making in the short term, how they're pushing towards server meshing, and a breakdown of how those patches and features have pushed the game forward. Some bits coming up this week. This Thursday's Inside Star Citizen is going to be the one on Rastar, so that's going to be updates to points of interest that Rastar, they're using Rastar 4 and underground facilities for 3.20 stuff. Friday, there's a Star Citizen Live with the Interactables team making something for the verse that's going to be on the Star Citizen Twitch at 3 PM UTC. I'm starting up the org spotlight again, so I should have an org later this month, maybe 2, that we sort of talk to about what they do in game now and what their plans are for the future and all that sort of jazz. I think it's interesting talking to lots of different types of org and trying to find the right players for the org. Feel free to talk about your org in the comments down below, but also there is a org recruitment section on my Discord where you can talk about your org more, and that's where I'm typically selecting orgs from. Some personal stuff. I've actually had a pinched nerve in my back over the last 3 weeks, and it's been really painful. It's only just getting better now. I haven't been able to sit down or sleep much at all, so I've been streaming much less. I was supposed to be on a podcast with Space Tomato, Salty Mike, Astropub, and Morphologist recently, but I was in too much pain to actually do that. I've also been super busy with another business I run, but the rush with that is mostly done now, so August is going to be a much more approachable month for me. Well, I'm feeling a lot better, and there's a lot less other work for me to do, and I can focus a bit more on Star Citizen stuff. Haven't had much time for 3D printing, which is one of my hobbies, or 40k stuff, Warhammer 40k stuff. I've only just been able to assemble and base coat everything for my 40k force. There's a friendly tournament I'm going to with some of the CIG lads in November. I am Astra Militarum, Imperial Guard, some big tanks and cavalry. That's basically the extent of my army. It's a 1500 point force. I will be posting pictures of that on my social media and my Discord. So if you're interested in following on with that, then please do. I've started to lose weight properly again. I'm dieting with keto, but it's been aggravating that I haven't been able to exercise much at all because of my back. Games-wise, other than a little bit of Star Citizen, I've just completed Prey, which I had kept on not finishing over several years. That's now finished. I'm sort of looking at some games that I never finished or I sort of want to replay. So actually COD Infinite, Call of Duty Infinite, the spaceship one, I want to complete that probably pretty soon again. Zin and I have been playing Exoprimal, which is a competitive PvEVP dinosaur shooter. It's alright, it's something to do, it's a bit of a laugh. It's on Games Pass, so it's sort of free to play effectively. I might look at Tiny Tina's Wonderland in the near future, and I'm looking forward to Payday 3. Boom! That's your little update for August as it is so far. We will cover any of the Star Citizen news that comes out, bit on Inside Star Citizen or Star Citizen Live or other random bits and drama that come out. I'm really interested to know, are you excited for Alpha 3.20? What features are you most looking forward to in that 3.20 patch? Are you expecting to see the Fury LX on sale later this month? When do you think Wave 1 PTU for 3.20 will go out? Do you think that will be later in August as well? It's the road to CitizenCon. Does that upset you? Do you wish that Cloud Imperium would not sort of hide stuff for CitizenCon? Do you think it would defeat the point of CitizenCon if they did just show everything beforehand? I mean, maybe everything's a bit too going too far, but do you think CitizenCon sort of needs to hold back with some of this stuff and get a gameplay demo up and that sort of stuff so that it can be much more interesting? And what do you think we're going to see at CitizenCon this year? Are you going as well? Are you going to be watching it from home? Are you going to be watching a summary? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. I am still a massive shill for NordVPN, so you should check the links out below to get NordVPN, because that will give you accessibility and protection and a million other things. Maybe not a million other things. Several other things that are useful on the internet for your security, accessibility, and other words ending in Y. I use it. I think it's great. I also want to say a massive thank you to all of the people that back us on Patreon or that are YouTube channel members using that join button under my videos, as well as my mods. You guys have gone so much further than you ever should have or needed to help support us, and it's genuinely appreciated. Consider joining those people if you so wish. However, just getting involved by commenting, sharing, liking, subscribing really does help. But we've had some amazing people that have followed the channel for many years now, and some that have been giving money and donating to us for years, and they've allowed us to produce daily content. So genuinely thank you for that. Zin would like to thank you too as well, wouldn't you, Zin? Yes, I'd love to thank you. Thank you very much. Perfect. Thank you very much for watching, guys. You take care. Thank you very much for all the support. And if you've got any feedback, I'd love to hear it in the comments below as well, including if there's anything you'd particularly like to see in August.